So hello and welcome. Mic test to start the stream, and then we'll be cracking on. So I've just got to get it all set up on the laptop on the side, and then I'll be with you. So, hello Kinky Monkey, hello Hot Cheetos. Interesting name, hello. So let's just make sure, see how much with this we got left. We got a bit left. As long as I get the transition alright, that should be okay. So we'll just crack on with, get comfy, crack on with the Cossack. So yes, hello, welcome. Hopefully everything's okay, hopefully everyone's well, hope everyone's had a good week. Bank holiday Monday coming up in the UK, so a nice long weekend for us. Game of Domination on Trap. Let's see, ooh, very DD heavy game. Gnevi, Fubuki, Akatsuki, Nuremberg Leander, Division of a Batang. Yeah, I call it Batang. Bayern, West Virginia. Spawning centre-ish. I probably ought to play the centre then. There we go. Finally the week is over. I know that feeling. Been looking forward to Friday all week. Been very busy at work. I think the extra long weekend here in the UK is much appreciated. Especially now that lockdown's slowly partially lifting, so we can actually get out and do stuff. Although I think my wife's working all weekend, so I probably won't be going anywhere because she'll have the car. Let's see, guns locked off to the right. West Virginia, Division of Battleships on the left. So potentially at least one destroyer on the left, potentially two in the centre. Question is, where's that other cruiser? Oh, hello. But we'll put the sonar on and the engine boost, why not? Right. One down. And the Fubuki's gone too. What have we got left then? Ganevi and another Fubuki. Okay. What's that on the right flank? Another Fubuki. So that just means we got a Ganevi at large. Somewhere. Okay. Okay, the other Fubuki's gone. Let's see how that goes. What was that cruiser? Nuremberg. Okay. Considering I've got torpedoes on target, I don't see there's much point me worrying about finishing the West Virginia off. It's more like just watch the pretty firework display. There we go. Where's the Ganevi? There's the Ganevi. Well, that's a trade. Hello, sucks. Hello, mix the game as well. Hello, hello. And that's the warm-up game. Managed to get rid of 2 destroyers on the battleship. That's not too bad. Yeah, we'll nip back and see how we did with that. I'll do a Fiji game, maybe. Devonshire, maybe? R9 DNG. Just got the Suzuki. Not very good. She's... I guess it depends on your playstyle. She's the same as Megami. She's just got lots of 6-inch guns rather than 8-inch guns. Can get 400 days of premium, yes. Unfortunately, I seem to earn days premium faster than I can spend them due to the way they keep giving it away. Everyone's doing alright. Sleep Major, Lexington. We'll see if we can get a Lexington in, yes. Shouldn't need to do a list as yet, but I will preemptively start a list because you never know. Put a Lexi in. So, capture the base on 2 brothers in the Devonshire. So it's going to be a 5 and 6 game. Yeah. Shiratsuyu, Mass, Aoba, New Orleans, Matsu, Prince Alfred Friedrich, West Virginia, Gneisenhower. My arm is only really any good up against 14-inch guns, so the heavy presence of 15-inch guns and some 16 is very concerning. However, we'll see what we can do. I seem to have spawned on the battleship heavy flank. Get some speed up. Okay, see what we're dealing with. Yes, 2 fires from the first volley. Can't complain about that. She put them out. Come on, reward us. No, good nice house fire and AP. There we go, there's the fire we want. Could we potentially get one more? Go on. Yes, right, so we've got 2 fires on the Gunite now, which we know has used her damage control. We also found the mass, and we know where the Shirsatsuyu is working. Shirsatsuyu just killed our Minsk. While we're undetected, we're closing a bit more, and then we can have a bit more distance to kite away. Yeah, I got space, okay. Right, time to start kiting. Oh, some nice torpedo hits from the friendly destroyer. Right, time to start closing in again. And then when we get a moment, we'll get the tea poured. Yeah, should be able to slip through there. She's reversing, okay. The mass is close. Really don't want to. There's one launcher. He should have just rammed me. You're not looking at me. You're not looking at me, that's good. Let's pick on the Gneisenhower at the back. Oh, Neptune's beard, one of them's looking at me. Ooh, that could have been worse. We got a fire on the back one, so see if we can get a fire on the front one. Looks like our left flank completely collapsed. Here's one list: no BBs, no CZs, no CVs. And then guess what's left? Submarines? PT boats? Aircraft? Aircraft. Really having to watch these volleys coming in from the Gneisenhauers. Right, time to go support. Ooh. On our way, on our way. Oh, what is it there? West Virginia, Prince Alfred Friedrich, and Aoba and Shiratsuyu. That's horrible. Let's hope our left flank managed to actually do something to them before they collapsed. Aoba's still on full health. That'll be the West Virginia. Let's head back to the base that side. So that just leaves the Aoba, Prince Alfred Friedrich, and the Shiratsuyu in there. Okay, nice. That just leaves the Aoba now. I can't get to the Shiratsuyu. Okay, there goes the Snop. Oh no, the Snop got the Shiratsuyu. Okay, that just leaves me and the Aoba to dance then. See, she's an 8-inch cruiser. I should be alright. Maybe. It just leaves me in the Akatsuki now. Just because I know the Aoba's got ridiculous torps. There she is. She's done like a full circle, so she's probably been dumping torpedoes. There you go. She got a quicker reload than me. Um, any ideas how I win this? I don't see a way of winning this. I've got to go up against... I have to just go up the flank and see what I can do. Submarines. I think I saw like an amusing comedy post on Reddit for World of Warships Legends where someone had photoshopped a submarine in the port. I'm not sure if it's an old one that's been reposted or something like that, but it was quite amusing to see. It did have me taking like a second glance at it going, is that real? Is that just a really good Photoshop? Good night now in West Virginia. Let's just say the words overmatch come to mind. Submarines are not to Legends, not anytime soon. I bet you they've gone down the middle. Because for them, they don't need to worry about open water. Whereas I do. Hello, Hedge Dragon, and good evening, and it was. Good to see you. See you both. Oh, death then. Oh, thank God it's HE. But he's swinging around for his rear turrets. To be honest, I know he's got HE loaded. I need to take advantage of this now while I know he's got HE loaded. Neptune's Beard, is that an island? There's an island. Death then. Overmatch. I've had better. I don't think we're going to live long enough to get another volley out. It's probably not even really worth bothering, is it? I'm still alive. Good lord. Until death does you part. Yeah, it's very true with that one. Oh, there was no way I could win that. Left flank unfortunately collapsed a little bit too hard. Our Snop did quite good, doing what he did. There's a dragon, loving my Jean Bar. I'm using it for the first time in ages. 150k damage, very nice. Using the Zerlane Dunkirk commander. Always highly recommend. Okay, I can't complain about that. How'd last Snop do? Okay. Right, we have a sexy Lexi request. And also, we probably ought to... Where did I get these from? Campaign, maybe? Ah. Ooh. That's a surprise, I must say. Yeah, we were... Oh yeah, sorry. We were just going to shame ourselves with the Cossack game, which we won. Okay, alright. I thought I did worse than that, but that's fair. Let's get the Lexington out for a game. Oh, but a Lexington slaughtered you. Yeah, they can be... they can be right little nightmares, is the best way to put it. Yeah, we'll put one of those on. We'll put one of those on. And we'll see where we go. Stumpy, hello. Dropping only in for a bit till the missus makes our steak dinner. Fair enough. Again, in fact, no problem doing the giveaway. Hopefully everyone received everything. I think the only person I haven't heard back from is Eternal. Eternal, did you receive your giveaway prize? While I pour myself a cup of Bovril from the pot. There we go. So, domination on Trident in a Tier 7 game. Oh, good lord. Akatsuki, Kagero, Surrey, KG5, Odin, Bismarck, Jean-Bar. No, just two Jean-Bar, sorry, I got carried away there. And a Shakuku. Start with that. Get the Torps bombers away, because they're the least effective, I find. Ah, thank you, Eternal, for confirming. Much obliged. I think that means everyone got it. Yeah, so thank you for Wargaming for obviously enabling the CCs to do it, and obviously thank you guys for entering. Which is better, Vanguard or Conqueror? Well, I guess you have to say Conqueror because she's a legendary and she has all those lovely... She's got a lot more guns that she can face down range. Is it just the Jean Bar here? Is there any... there's a Surrey here as well. Potentially a DD as well. In fact, I would actually probably like to keep my carrier on this flank. Because we managed to get flooding on the Jean Bar. In fact, he's still flooding. We're just going to go straight for it. Might have to consider some safety drops, I think. Looks like our destroyer's in a spot of business. German has potentially overextended himself. Should do. Right, looks like the right flank is okay. So we'll do that. What have we got left? We got another Jean Bar, Bismarck, Odin, KG5. Okay, lost a lot there. The main AA then. So maybe we'll start working over the KG5. Yep, sorry. When playing carriers, the chat usually suffers because there's quite a lot going on. Oh my. Ooh. Getting a bit too cocky with that one, I think. Let's see if we can drop some fighter assistance over our Bismarck, although it looks like the enemy torpedo flight is actually moving away. KG5's now gone. I know where the Akatsuki is. Just very much just keep doing loop-de-loops. Oh my. Hello Brandon. Hello Football Gamer as well. Oh my. I really have abandoned the chat, I do apologise. I suspect we have a destroyer hunting. But this is nuts. Just do it.
Our team depends upon you.
Of course, that's always the joys with destroyers. Oh no, he's a lot faster than I anticipated. What? Where the hell did I get with the before you guys demolish the chat? Yeah, hello all together. How are you finding aircraft carriers? Swings and roundabouts, I guess you could say. Swings and roundabouts. Hello, Brandon. Hitchman's Dragon, I'm thinking of getting it, but if Vanguard is better, there is no point. Vanguard's an interesting one. I've been having good games in her recently, but she can be very hit and miss at times because she has to get very broad to bring all her complement on board. She really could do a rudder shift buff, but they're not going to do it. Stumpy, if you ask the Major what's the best ship, HMS Hood. Wrong, Stumpy's favourite ship is the Gneisenhower. British ship is the best ship, that's what I always say, chaps. There's no such thing as an overpowered British ship. Hello Vaz, good day, good day. Major, not doing too bad with carriers today, it seems. I'm not amazing. I haven't played them a lot, but I get by. There's definitely an experienced player will be able to pick my gameplay to pieces. So I don't. This is why I don't claim to know. Where did I get to? As Brian says, yeah, practice makes perfect. Sax, that's because he's used to carrying the team. Oh, thank you, Sax. Mixer, yeah, he's getting better at this. It's fine. It's fine. Your team has abandoned you as well. Any requests while I try and work my way down the chat? And if anyone's free on the PlayStation, feel free to shout out, and I can always pick you up in the division. Stumpy, laugh aloud, not for me, I still potato all the time. Jesus, Conqueror is a Citadel machine. Yeah, she is quite nice. Very pyromaniac as well. Stoneflash, GG in the Lexington Major. I find carriers do more damage than the Japanese. I find US carriers do more damage than the Japanese. I think with the Japanese it's all about the torpedoes. Vaz, did you see the PlayStation 5 trailer? Yes. Did you see where the ship deflected the torpedo? Well, would you like to see that element in the game? Thoughts? It would be an interesting element in the game because it would add a more interesting dynamic. Because it actually did happen. If you saw torpedoes coming, if you turned bow in, the water pressure building up against the bow could be enough to actually deflect a torpedo away from the ship. It ricocheting off the ship? No, not unless it's certain torpedoes. I mean, the Type 14s from the Americans were notorious for not detonating unless it was a perfect square hit. As a mechanic into the game, I mean, it would be interesting, but I can also see why it is an arcade game, so I don't mind them not doing things like that. Stumpy Warspite, Massachusetts, Iowa. You guys like battleships, don't you? You just... Alright, I'll pick. You got a selection of 3 Tier 7 battleships there. You know what? I'll go for the Richelieu, because she's a bit more fun. And I haven't played her for a while. And then we'll probably see if we can play. Oh, and also I need to actually move the Richelieu along. So we'll actually stick some boosters onto this. Yeah, stick a camouflage on. Catapult fighter, yeah, makes sense. What's my abilities? Got to remember my commander. Speed, concealment. Secondaries. Okay. Okay, we'll have a chance around with that. Sorry, I just saw that in the chat. Fine, play the York? Yeah, okay, right. Let me write down, let's see, where are we? I'll get Warspite down. Let's get the York as well. The German cruiser. More fun than Warspite, you're not the major. And I was against the Massachusetts and the Iowa, yeah, I'd say. Against the Warspite, classic French ballistic missiles or shells in any other language. Holby Richelieu is interesting because you do lose the fighter. That's good to know, because I haven't yet got there. Vaz wants me to play a Warhammer ship. Oh, God's sake. While you're at it, Mixer Gamer, do you want to make a request? We all know what you're going to request. Right. Pop that down. I'll finish having a cup of this Bovril. Robert Joujard. I think I'm using Gepetti, aren't I? Isn't Joujard the cruiser commander? Jervis and the Kid in the division. Atlanta, Okachov, Otago, Edinburgh, Lion, Bismarck, and okie dokie. Oh, very nice. Suzu and a Benson. Pardon me. These spawn sometimes. Like, why is the Su Yuya over here? She should be on the northern flank. Do you gain extra AA regarding the Richelieu upgrade? Yeah, and extra secondaries. Oh, okay. Jujar is the dispersion battleship commander. Well, if you're gonna have the game with tag Galloping Major, it's all about the speed. you can't go a game of tag about galloping about and you don't go for the speed commander. Come on, chaps. You're letting the side down. Bismarck. Bismarck's over there, so it just leaves the Iowa and the Lion. Big smoke screen. That looks like, so that's probably the Kids, and we know the Kid and the Jervis are operating around here. All the better for Eternal's radar. Might as well use one of those aircraft, you never know. We've got an Iowa. Yeah, there's the Lion. Oh, there's the Kid. Very nice. There's the Kid's torpedoes. Jervis has gone all quiet. Jervis. Should be alright. Remember, we're French, we're not British. Oh no. Viva la baguette. How fast can you go? Wow. I haven't got an opportunity to test it yet. Oh, I'm aiming at the deck line. I'm doing it as if I'm British again. Ah. Stop playing it like a British battleship. Learn. This is the problem when you play only one nation in your free time. You forget yourself. You know what? Let's see how fast she does go. We will just have to make a maneuver to avoid these torpedoes, however.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
So what are we up to? 35.3, 35.4, 35.6, 35.7, 35.36 knots. We're still gaining. More than likely Atlanta's thrown torpedoes out. We're just going to get focused here, but let's go. Still got a lot of HP. There's me. What do we get to? We got to 36, but I saw 36.4. Oh, we're doing a Bismarck. Yeah, so we'll have a look. But yeah, 36.4 is what we saw with the engine boost and all that speed. It's quite fun. She's like an alternative to my 38 knot hood. I've done it before where it's just like you just swing around the map and you just end up coming at them from different angles. Major is channeling the French from World War One instead of World War Two over the top. Well, I think the French were one of the last nations in World War II who actually adopted a camouflaged uniform. Because the Germans obviously had like a dark grey, I guess you could say. The British had a khaki green, and the French were still in blue for a large part of this initial part of the war, because the Italians were in green as well. But yeah. Can you play the L-Ball if you have it? Yeah, I can do, but I will have to add it to the long list of doom that my subscribers have given me. Let's cross that out. Albemarle, yes. Oh, yeah. At least it was not red. There's nothing wrong with a red uniform. It does look nice. That was a really bad call in 1914. Yeah, the French still having blue uniforms. It made them quite easy to pick out, I think, I hear. And I love the streams, by the way. Keep them coming. Every Friday, as always. As long as the internet can hold out. I've been using from 4th Gamer, I've been using Gepetti because of the heals, as I have been struggling with the Normandy, but I still use Ujar as an inspiration. Interesting. Brian, that's pretty fast. Jamie, no, he's the not brawler commander. Fair enough. Here's trying to know, what about the Royal Guards? I think it escapes me. Nice Kraken. That escapes me. You have to remind me what the Great in Red uniform. Ah, yes. Well, that's the thing. The red coat uniform is quite nice. I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen the film Zulu. Ah, good job, Eternal. Thank you for the carry. How fast is the Richelieu? She is 38.8 knots, but you're going to have to add 8% to that. So let me just do a quick calculator. So 33.8 times by 1.0. Oh wait, it's not 0.8, is it? It's oh, it is 0.8. Oh, well, let me turn numlock off. Oh, I'm a muppet there. Was it 33.8? Yeah, 33.8 times by 1.08. 36.5 knots would be the top speed, which is quite nice. No, not quite 38 knots. And she's not going to get any faster. That is probably as fast as she's going to go, but that is quite a laugh. Let's get the Warspite out, and then we'll do the York, and then we'll do the Albemarle. Let's go for the normal one. Let's close down the calculator. Monarch. Yeah, go on then. Do you like Monarch? Ooh, Zerlane Fuso. Thoughtful. Oh wait, Vaz. In the 90s, the Canadian forces that were deployed to the Middle East were the standard green camo, not beige, because of the cheap Canadian government. Well, potentially, if you go back, was it the 70s? I think in the 70s, the SES, they had pink jeeps, because pink would blend in better with the desert than the colour yellow, or beige. I assure you, if the British had been wearing the Zulu uniforms in World War I, they would have looked gallant as they got mowed down by German fire. It's like they say in Blackadder. Don't forget your stick. Wouldn't want to face a German machine gun with that. Oh. Here's Dragon. I wish we preserved the battleship as a museum. Yes, I completely agree. I did do a during my 1K Q&A, that was one of the questions that was asked, and I do like a feasibility study about which battleships should be saved. I think the final conclusion is the battleship that would be in the best condition to preserve at the end of World War II, 1948, would be either HMS Valiant or HMS Queen Elizabeth, because both of those have gone through very recent refits towards the end of the war. Refits, maintenance, and hadn't then been used, and hadn't suffered major damage. I mean, yes, both Queen Elizabeth and Valiant did get mined by the Italians in Alexandria Harbour and sunk. Although the official definition of something being sunk by the Royal Navy is the ship has to be entirely underwater, so therefore the Royal Navy would never accredit the Royal Air Force with the sinking of Tirpitz, because Tirpitz turned over in the water and stayed above water. Always a bit of World War II banter between the forces. Vanguard was scrapped in 57, yeah. Vanguard, most of the KG-5 class was scrapped in 57. Most of the R class, the Queen Elizabeth class, and the Nelson class were all scrapped in the late 48. However, I think the KG-5 class and stuff were kind of not really in good condition before they went into reserve, whereas I think Valiant and Queen Elizabeth were in very good condition in 1945, and considering it's only a couple of years down the road, I think there's a good chance that you could save Queen Elizabeth or Valiant for preservation, due to their condition means lesser cost of maintenance, and also their smaller size, which means it would be easier for them to actually acquire a dry dock or a harbour side in order to berth them, because they're smaller, shorter size. Brandon, well, there's plenty here in the US. Yes. If only the Americans could have been kind enough to preserve a British battleship. I mean, actually, wow, I guess you could kind of say the Americans were kind enough to preserve a British battleship, because it was an American millionaire who funded the rescue / re-preservation of the Japanese battleship is it Miska? Misaka, and he basically Misaka was built in the United Kingdom. So there is a British pre-dreadnought preserved. It's just in Japan. I always find it very amusing that Dreadnought didn't get preserved, and especially when you consider that she's one of the very few battleships to be accredited with sinking a submarine via ramming. No, don't worry, chaps. You can kill me. You can line up and take your turns in killing me. Mikasa, that's it. So I without seeing the name always escapes me. Brandon, you need to go around the world. Unfortunately, my although I have a good job and I have a good wage and stuff like that, I in no way earn enough to have a round the world trip. Although I think the United States is very tempting. However, obviously, it's probably a bit much. How's Dragon? I've been to Pearl Harbor and boarded Missouri, but the US is for 2025. Well, fair enough. I think at Pearl Harbor, I'd very much be interested in going to see the Arizona memorial. I don't know if she's still leaking oil. I remember that being a thing. keep not leading the Fiji enough. Ah, Neptune's beard. We are allowed to dive it. We went to check for oil actually. It's not too bad, but it does leak a little bit. Yeah, I remember seeing with the Arizona that she leaks like a tiny droplet of oil every now and then. But as I've been to Arizona, and yes, they say they won't touch the remains of the oil, so the oil is leaking everywhere. Yeah, slowly leaking. Okay, so it's one of those things where I always wonder, like, how long do they know how long she's going to continue leaking oil for? That would be the interesting one. Damage saturation, yes, very much. Since when was Eternal invincible? Well, yeah, damage saturation. If you keep hitting, once a certain part of the ship's already taken its maximum capacity of damage, you can't damage it anymore. She's going to be continuing to leak for quite a while. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Dragon. I find Utah more interesting, actually. Utah. Is that the state? Oh, Stompy's off to dinner. Chin chin. Have a good steak. Right. Well, as me and Eternal are both blown up, let's see if we can crack on. What was next? York. So that's a tier 6 Jerry. That should be right. Dragon, no, the other battleship called Utah. It's submerged. Oh, okay. They got to. So she's the other wreck then, Pearl. It's the thing. I mean, Dragon for Now did a very good video regarding Pearl Harbor and the recovery of the ships. And I guess Arizona is always the famous one as still being there because she had her bow front magazine went off. And Utah's the other one there, is she? Okay. Okay, let's see what we got ourselves into. Tier 6 and 7 game. Yukikaze, Shiratsuyu, Lightning, Pensacola, York, New Orleans, Lion, Vanguard, Iowa. spawned in the centre, which is awful. I might try and fold the left flank and see where we get to. Tier 1? Maybe a bit longer, probably more like another half an hour or so before we get to that. If we have time at all. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on it like a carb on it, sir. Let's see. Gentlemen, please. Well, let's see how this goes. Brandon, we've got plenty of ships on the East Coast. Massachusetts, North Carolina. NJ. Wisconsin, cruisers Olympia, submarine Buchanan, cruiser carrier Intrepid, JFK, Yorktown. Oh my! And what have we got? We've got Belfast, Cavalier. There's a monitor which escapes my mind. And that's only a little monitor. That's like only an 8-inch monitor from World War One. Yeah, we don't have a lot of World War Two. Didn't preserve much, unfortunately, which is a shame. Looks like the enemy centre's folding over to the alpha flank. Invincible. I guess we got the submarine. Okay, that these names now escape me. It's too much for me to remember. I think she went down to a secondary battery explosion, cracking the hull. Nasty. So I'm trying to read the chat while I'm playing. Alliance, yeah, Alliance is the submarine, yes. The US was lucky enough to keep a lot of its ships. Well, the thing the United States got kind of lucky in that they put a lot of their ships into reserve, and they had quite advanced ways of keeping them in really good condition when they were reserved. So they didn't put them into reserve until quite late, and when they did go into reserve, they did quite a good job of actually keeping them ready to go. Especially in comparison to the British. So they went into reserve later. They would then got decommissioned even later on because of that, and therefore it gave a lot more time for the preservation movement really to get going, because the preservation movement doesn't really start until the 60s. You see that over here in the United Kingdom in regards to the railways. Like when, even though the end of steam starts to come about and steam engines being removed, preservation, like thoughts of preserving the railways, doesn't really kick in until it's nearly all gone in the late 60s. I probably should be using AP here. She's damage content fire, so it makes sense to try and take advantage of that. Britain going broke is a real shame for the foremost naval power to the Fiji in a generation. It wasn't complete. It wasn't like we were scrapping the ships to make money. We were scrapping the ships to save money, because they were very, I guess you say, labour intensive in regards to the size of their crews and things like that, especially in comparison. And trying to maintain them was obviously a detrimental cost, really. And also, I guess you got budget savings and things like that. It's not necessarily that the country's completely bankrupt, but it's more of just we can't afford to keep it going, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Fiji mean Belfast, yeah, because when it came to preserving something, the options was Sheffield or Belfast. And that all came about because the Imperial War Museum wanted to preserve a turret, one of the 6-inch gun turrets. I think they were looking at one of the Crown Colony classes as well. Not sure it's true. I heard a rumour that they're going to raise HMS Royal Oak. Ooh, that's I can understand, but she is a wargrave, so that is a very, very questionable whether they will do that. Thought was looking too hard for the alteration. No, yeah, I understand. I was mostly joking though. I do think it's a shame that more ships weren't preserved. Yes, yes, very true, very true. Major, will HMS Rodney be introduced to Legends at some stage? Probably not, because there wouldn't be much of a way to make it different, and they don't like introducing premium ships which aren't different to the existing ones. So, introducing Rodney, how would you make it different to Nelson? How would you justify that? That's always the big question. There's not really an easy way to do it. I mean, what's your options? Give Nelson a catapult fighter? That could be an option. Well, hello, sorry. Another option could be give Rodney radar, because Rodney was one of the first ships to be equipped with radar, because obviously Nelson was known as the flagship, so they did. I think they fitted radar to Rodney first. Please, yes. So I think introducing Rodney, although interesting, I don't think they'd do it. Things that I would be more interested in seeing, as I'm just seeing, Dreadnought would be quite nice. I think I've already alluded to how I would do it. I'd make her a tier 3 cruiser. I think would be the better way of doing it. Okay, I am in open water, thank God. It's usually about this time in the game where I potato into an island because I'm not quite paying attention to what's going on around me. I mean, when it comes to Legends ships I'd like to see introduced, yes, Dreadnought's interesting, but if I had like, if I could finance a ship, if I could say, yeah, can I finance this ship, its development and stuff, Renown, HMS Renown would be a must. I'd love to see some British battle cruisers come to the game. I suspect they're holding off in regards to World Warships in general because they might introduce it as a separate tech tree split, which would be quite interesting. Other things I'd like to see would be definitely Dido class cruisers in all sorts of different refit. I'd also like to see the L-class destroyers with the dual gun 4.5s rather than the 4.7s. Brandon, I want to tell them all, but I've been here for an hour. Want to list? Oh yeah, all the ship's emails preserved. Yeah, fair enough. That's the York done. What's next? Albemarle. What other ships? Trying to think. We already have a D class in the game. We have Danae. I would like to see Delhi in the post refit, in that AA refit. That would be quite an interesting one. Elmore. Let's see how we go with this. That should do. HMS Phoebe. Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. I didn't write it down. Alright, Raz. I'll put that in there. Yeah, HMS Phoebe were nice. Well, I know they got HMS Sirius on World of Warships Blitz, and she's got the 5.2 turret. Is it? They're equipped with 5.2s? Can't remember. I think they're 5.2s. So she's got 5 dual 5.2s. So I'd like to see that, but I'd also like to see some of the other variants of the Dido class cruisers, like the ones where they only had 4 of the turrets and the pom-pom in place of the C turret up front, or even where they swap out the turrets completely for the dual purpose 4.5s and make it a bit more like AA orientated. Be quite interested. Oh, the NJ New Jersey. Okay. I'd love to see that in game, but I don't know how they would fit. Make it different from the Iowa or the Missouri. Yeah, that's the problem. Maybe make it a secondary focus like the Massachusetts. Maybe. Psychotic Sith Lord. What would you want to be the next legendary ship? HMS Daring. I think I have a Daring or Minotaur just because I have a soft spot for British destroyers, I have a soft spot for British cruisers, and therefore those two definitely would be the ones. Cavalier, yeah, she's the preserved one, isn't she? But I think why is Cavalier not a premium? Because normally they when they do premium ships, they do like associations with museums, Belfast, Kuznetsov, and a couple of is Oleg a museum ship? I can't remember. So usually when they do some premium ships, it's all in regards to like collaborations with museums or to raise the profile of it. Savishka is a museum ship, as an example. Missouri is a museum ship. So why have they not done a collaboration with Cavalier? That'd be an interesting one. So why did Wargaming not give us the option turning off destroy AA? They need to implement. I think they're contemplating it. It's not really that they didn't want to introduce it. It's just how do you introduce it? Because it's another button that players are going to have to consider, and all the buttons are kind of already in use. So it'll be how to implement that. We just got battleships here. We just got a lot of battleships. We got a lot of 16-inch gun battleships. And my armour's only really sufficient for 15-inch guns. Nelson's fired. Kind of just doing snapshots while I can. We need Hyder for the Canadian players out there. Yes, we need Hyder. We need Vampire. We need Vampire 2. We need Perth. Definitely. I'm surprised they on PC they haven't yet done the Canadian carrier. One of the is it in? It's not. Is it Implacable class? Or is it another class? Oh, there it goes. Okay, right. Oh, okay. That'll be an interesting one. No Canadians play this game, laugh out loud. Considering both my moderators are Canadian, I'd like to object. I'd like to see our carriers. We brilliant ones, yes. Well, British carriers will come. I think it's just simply a matter of they got to work out what to make different with them. The Japanese, it's all about the torpedoes. The Americans, it's about the bombs. The Germans, it's going to be about AP bombs. So what's the British trait going to be? That's going to be that's the big question, I guess you could say. So that's the unanswered question at the moment. However, yes, when British carriers come, we're going to be looking forward to that. We're going to be looking at Hermes, Furious, Audacious, Implacable, and Ark Royal. biplanes. Oh yeah, well, obviously it's going to be biplanes, especially on the tier 5 and the tier 3. Definitely going to be swordfish. Says the Albertine that lives in BC. I don't quite follow that. Right, let's get our guns off to the left and do loop-de-loop. Full. I don't think gimmicks are necessary. There's got to be subtle differences, if you get what I mean. It doesn't have to be massive differences, just subtle differences. I mean, one thing they could probably do with the British would be to make them have like decent fighters. Because British carriers were quite well known for having quite well coordinated fighter defence. The Americans learnt a lot off the British when we lent them HMS Victorious and allowed them to rename it USS Robin for a year. But it was still operated by Royal Navy crew and Royal Navy pilots. And so the way, and I think she operated, was it in conjunction with USS Saratoga, and they used Saratoga for the strike group. So Saratoga would have the bombers and the torpedo aircraft, whereas Victorious basically did the fighter cap, the fighter coordination. AP bombs on CVs will break the game. They like they have on PC. I don't say anticipate them to come with the Germans. It's just my hunch. I could be wrong. I mean, I'd be happy to be wrong in that case. It's just my hunch. He's burning up. It's still burning. Let's go this way and see what we can do. Hello, John. Do you want a Saratoga CV60? That'd be oh, guess she be nuclear? She must be nuclear. For AP bombs are not as bad as missiles or rockets. Yeah, I get you on that one. I think that Hipper's just got himself nicely wedged in there. I can't really do anything about him. Here's hoping that they don't have... what have they got left? 50 and they've still got a 16-inch gun battleship left. Neptune's Beard. I suspect that's 15-inch guns. Eisenhower's there, that's kind of good. My sonar's all done. Oh, Neptune's Beard. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. No! There's more! Oh. Oh, nasty. Super heavy AP. That's gonna hurt. Right, Eternal. Have a good game while I try and catch up here. Where did I get to? Storage. Do you think carriers will get rockets attack planes at some stage? I don't. I'm very much in the same I don't know kind of group. I don't want them to. I don't think they need them. And I hope they don't introduce them, judging by the community managers and the development information that we seem to be getting. The general consensus is they are trying to avoid introducing them. However, if they feel they have to introduce them at some point, then they might do it. But at the moment, there's a lot of non-commit. They don't want to do it, is the best way to put it. So they are going to try to avoid doing that. Not nuclear, built in the 50s. Oh, okay, interesting. So I can see if a British buyer decides is the Albemarle worth the grind. Baltimore's probably tankier. Albemarle's got the ridiculous HP restore. I think it's all swings and roundabouts. It's very hard to fault some of the Tech Tree Tier 7 cruisers. They've all got their ups and downs, I guess you could say. I think with the cruisers, they're all good in some regards or others. I guess Albemarle does have torpedoes. And she probably has better armour than the Megami. Nice. Now, to be honest, the Richelieu has a lot of secondaries, so it might be able to just work him over your secondaries. That'd be quite amusing. Many a times I've died to a French battleship, like a Jean Bar Richelieu, because I've gone behind it and underestimated the amount of damage that comes out of the stern of these ships due to their amount of secondaries they have. You just don't want to leave his range though. Oh, there she goes. Full, I almost guarantee it's no match. People on Facebook keep complaining about carriers not doing enough damage. It shouldn't be about damage. That's the thing. It's not about damage, and I think that needs to be just drilled into the player base. Like, carriers shouldn't be about damage. I think what they probably need to do is reward carriers for doing other things, not damage, and therefore emphasising that side of it. This is the thing. A lot of people who look at carriers and stuff are expecting to see what they see on PC. This overpowered one-man army ship class, and we don't want that. And so there's always going to be a vocal minority who are going to throw their toys out of the pram because they don't have the ludicrous class of ship that they feel that they were promised from PC, I guess you could say. Is that me being cruel? It's me. I guess it's me putting it one way, I guess you could say. Let's see. Customization, Warhammer, enabled. Disable that. Sound, common. Right, let's go fail in this. Do you have Duke of York? Yes, I do. Of course I do. 4 is literally a support platform. That's the thing, the carriers should be a support class. The carriers should be there to almost counter the aircraft of the other carriers via the use of aircraft, spot enemy ships via the use of their own aircraft, and be an opportunistic class at like picking off ships that try to sneak off with a little bit of HP or to reset caps and things like that. They shouldn't be go out there and crank out 100k plus damage every single game. You should be really looking at about somewhere between 50 and 100, you know, like quite usual. Like if you're having a good game, for at least in the game, it should not be a heavy damage dealer, especially given the relative low volume of planes. Whatever happened to the Godzilla vs. Kong collaboration? God knows. I don't know what's going on with that, and I'm a CC. so I don't know. I've been trying to keep an eye on World of Warships PC development blog to see if there's any information there in regards to its potential release or anything, but yeah, it's been teased, and then that's it. I don't know, and the film's already out, so I have no idea when they're going to do this collaboration. It's very much like the Transformers collaboration. They teased it and then didn't tell us for ages when it was going to happen until like just before it came out. It's like, oh look, it's here now. It's like, oh, cheers. Tier 5 and 6 game Han Akatsuki Pensacola, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battleships: Dunkirk, Gneisenhower, KG-5, Colorado, and then we have a Ranger. Again, you can see I'm aiming at the deck line because I'm so used to playing British battleships. But you can't wait to get the Conqueror. Well, I'm not a battleship player, so although getting hold of the Conqueror is, I guess, going to be nice because I do like things like that, it's also, I'm not super excited.
Fire alarm penetrated. Unacceptable. With the contain it immediately.
It's a KG-5, that's the problem. Is that a KG-5 firing HE at me that's doing that much damage? Or is he firing AP? Because I've taken some absolute slappings from that KG-5. He's firing HE, yeah. What? That that HE was so effective. Have they made the armor worse? Oh my. I wouldn't say I felt any form of improvement in regards to to the armor there. Transformer collab was my favourite. I hope it comes back. That one, I don't think it will. I think the Transformer collab is very much a one-off thing. You should be able to stage and control fighters and they're engaged in dogfights. That would be getting a bit too flight simulatory, I guess you could say. Like the strafes, yeah. That was very much like the overhead view in regards to carriers. Didn't know you Citadel with a KG-5. Yeah, I managed to Citadel with a KG-5 somehow, considering her Citadel is at waterline, but she was broadside on, and slightly angled. But her HE was just absolutely smashing it. I mean, I'll leave Return my best to this, but 14-inch HE was just tearing that apart. That was doing like, was it like 15k salvos against me? I mean, they say they... I've never known a ship to just get smacked about so much by KG5 using only HE. I don't know. I guess that there is a large area that it can pen and maximise its HE damage, and so maybe that was it. But that was violent. That was really violent. I'm gonna have to rewatch that when I rewatch the stream, just to see what was going on with that one. Brandon didn't like the Transformer collab. Didn't relate to warships at all. At least, okay, yeah. I guess it. You could debate whether how related to ships Azur Lane is. Monarch. So let's see. Let's keep the Americans. Let's get the British. Let's go battleships. Let's go 7 and 6. I'll dismiss the division because I can always pick up Eternal once he's finished that game. Let's do the Monarch. Been a while, so let's see how this goes. They have that HMS Dragon. There's another game, and it's called War Thunder. Oh yes, that's a different company. That's a different Russian company. Very much a competitor, I guess you could say. Sniper, Kid, please. Outstanding destroyer. Go on then. We can just about squeeze the Kid in for the end of the stream. Dragon, I play that, but what World of Warships PC exists also. My only issue with War Thunder is the ships don't look quite right in the water. I don't know why. Like, the mechanics seem a bit odd. Best tier 4 battleship? God, I can't try and remember what the tier 4 battleships are. What you got? You got Congo? Is it New York? Iron Duke. Was it Batang? What's the German one? Konig? I mean, my personal favourite would probably be the Congo. I do like speed. After the Congo, probably the Iron Duke. I probably would, personally, I wouldn't rank the New York or the Batang that high. Just not personal. I'm not really favourites of those. So I put the Konig at a mid ground. Of course, those fire cruisers. I'm trying not to. Neptune's beard. I have. It's going to burn out in 22 seconds. Konig AP's beastly. Oh, Jets fan, hello. You said tier 1, remember? I said maybe. Oh, Neptune's beard.
Enemy severely damaged. Concentrate fire on
Come on. Belfast.
Nice work. Attention. Reporting a target position.
Switch. Oh no, okay, right, there's too many flamethrowers here. I'm just gonna get focused.
The ship is
Come
on
on.
fire.
Nine out of 9, only 4 found the target. 1 bounce, 1 shatter, 1 pen, 1 overpen. Collect the whole set, why don't we? Nice.
Confirmed penetration.
Nah, she saw it coming.
The ship is on fire.
Yep, gonna get focused by flamethrowers. Bolty. Oh, cheer of us. Have a good afternoon. Have a good weekend as well.
Sir.
Monocle Vanguard. Which do you prefer, Monarch? Monarch's just got a lot more frontal fire capability because she's bringing 15-inch guns to the front rather than 4. Nice. Finally. Yes, I'm using HE against the broadside Okhotov and the Atlantic just because even though I got British AP, I've just had so many bad experiences of British AP just over penetrating them. Oh, it lied to me, did it? Right, so I want one there, and then one there, and then one there, on the assumption it's going to turn.
The ship is on fire. The ship is on fire.
I think the Okhotov is just such a difficult thing to hit. You have to do strange things like that in order to try and hit her. Rather than firing a single volley, you got to scattergun it. There she goes, finally. No, I think we're going to skip the tier 1 this stream, unfortunately. Can you play the Muchin? No, I've only got time for one more game after this, and I think we're going to take the kid out. Dragon, then I just heard that an old friend in the Secrets got my 2 lads in. Oh, fair enough. I was in the air training corps myself. If Eternal's kicking around, I'll pick him up for one more. Mid-table. There weren't a lot of battleships in that game. No, not tier 1, chaps. It's alright. Just for HMS Prince of Wales has banned initials POW? Yeah. Let's see. USS Kid for one last game. And how badly did that Ingunis Pagato game go? I still wasn't the worst. That was bad, that game though. I'm gonna have to look and see why she took so much damage so hard. Because that was just strange. Not that. Settings. Sound. National. Customization. Disabled. And USS Kid for the last game of the stream. And I shouldn't use that really. I should be using Halsey. Yeah, let's use Halsey. A Kid and an Orkan. This is going to be a very strong division. I can avoid tier 1 because I've got to run out of time. I'm literally going to run out of time, and it will be time to start cooking dinner for the missus, unfortunately. So unfortunately the show can't go on. Is the Monarch worth spending 750 global XP on? What's your options? Alabama, Prince Eugen, Targo, Odin. It depends. I wouldn't necessarily say that any of the global XP ships are actually worth the XP. Would be a rather harsh way of putting it. They're very much more of a collecting kind of thing, because they give away tier 7 ships all the time, like tier 7 premium battleships via campaigns and stuff. So I kind of feel that you don't necessarily need to get yourself a tier 7 battleship via global XP. It's just very much if you have it, it's more of just getting it for bragging rights really, rather than getting it for any kind of particular advantage. I mean, they're all good ships in some regards. Cruiser wise, I'd probably say the Targo is probably better than the Prince Eugen. Battleship wise, I think Odin's always got a good interesting play style. I mean, they've all got interesting play style and quirks. I wouldn't say there's necessarily a hands down winner, but I wouldn't necessarily say there's a hands down loser. The only one I don't have any experience in regards to would be the Gascon, and you don't see many of them. But what can you say? You can't really take much away from them because it's quite obviously a bragging rights kind of ship. Oh yeah, there's Tirpitz as well. That's the thing. Like when you consider there's Tirpitz and Odin, both with very similar play styles, I guess you could say. Let's focus on the cap first. Next time, yeah, maybe next time. I mean, this tier 1's more of a if there's not a long list of ships to select and play, then we'll probably do a tier 1. But if there's a lot of people recommending ships and stuff like that, there's only so much I can do in a 2-hour slot. And of course, like from a rewatch point of view, rewatching a tier 6 or a tier 7 ship that's been requested is a lot more entertaining than a tier 1 mix-up game. I have got propulsion mods on this, so she's just being slow. Oh, there's something else here as well. There's everything here. Every man and his dog. And his radar and his sonar. My only saving grace is the Udachi has laid a smokescreen in front of the Wichita which can now no longer see me. Thank you. I might as well get my nose back in there and contest it then. Let's get a heal off. I think that's all I can heal off of a single heal. Yes. There you go, shut down the aircraft. Because I do have the improved AA. Not going to be easy to unpick myself from this one, chaps. That's been overrun. It looks like both our flanks are overrun quite rapidly. Well, that's all she wrote, chaps, because I've only got 5 minutes until I have to nip off, and I don't think we can do a tier 1 in that. So it is what it is. Did 200k in the Tirpitz, really great ship. Yeah, Tirpitz definitely had her limelight when she first launched. Thoughtful. I just like it because it's much easier to get into a game, of course. It is rather messy and not a thing to do too often. Alabama, absolutely worth it, especially before Massachusetts. Yeah. Maybe turning back around was not the best idea. Possibly. But we're not going to hold on to any objectives if we run. And I think that's the thing. How we tied up so much of their team at that one objective, and our team still couldn't capitalise on the other flank. Alabama, Massachusetts especially as the Alabama with better secondaries, but slightly worse dispersion, or we should add. Right, that is everything, chaps, and I don't think Eternal's going to be pulling this one out of the bag. Looks like our left flank got overran quite quickly, so did our right flank. And so, yeah, not much more I can really do with that one. So, on that bombshell, we shall proceed and call that the end of the stream. Let's get something pretty. There you go. Cossack. So, as always, who did we have today? And who do I need to say thank you to? Going all the way back to the very start, because it's been a very busy one. Thank you to Hot Cheetos, who turned up right at the start. Thank you to Kinky Monkey. Thank you to Mixer Gamer. Thank you to Salty Sax. Ironine DNG. Thank you to Sniper Patch. Thank you to A Name That Was, and also thank you for joining in with the community division as always. Thank you to HMS Dragon. Thank you to Stumpy West. Thank you to Thoughtful Gamer AGG. Thank you to Brandon ABC. Good to see you. Thank you to Jamie Cook. Thank you to Vaz Vegas. Thank you to Psychotic Sith Lord. always a good name. Thank you to John Lant as well, much obliged. Sorry, I missed some of the messages. The chat has been very busy today and moved along quite quickly. So I have actually missed some of this, unfortunately. Thank you, Jets fan. Thank you for coming along. I think that is everyone. If I have missed your name, I do apologise, but thank you to everyone who did come along. Much obliged. Hopefully you have enjoyed it, and if you have, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, feel free to give it a thumbs down, because the way YouTube treats it, a thumbs down is just as much as a thumbs up in regards to community interaction, amusingly. YouTube's funny like that, I must admit. And as always, chin chin, here comes the rum. I completely, I ended up drinking cold bovril at one point. But yes, look after yourselves, stay safe. Hope you have a enjoyable weekend. If you're in the UK, and enjoy the extra long weekend with the Bank Holiday Monday. And yeah, thank you to everyone. So until next time, I'm the Gav Major, and back to the port. Chin chin, pip pip, and cheerio.